Hello and welcome to the vlog. Today is Friday the 11th of June. 2 days time I'm racing the Yorkshire Mountain Bike Marathon, which is an 80k off-road mixed terrain mountain bike marathon, and it sets off from Birdsall Estate in North Yorkshire, not far from Moulton, and it's going to be a tough day out. The forecast is sweltering heat, like 24 degrees. Last year they couldn't run the event because of COVID. The year before that I got I think it was 5th in the event out of a few hundred starters. The year before that I won the event, so I'm hoping to do as well as I possibly can. I know that my fitness levels aren't up to what they were when I won the event, and I haven't done as much total miles and as much quality in my training of late due to a couple of life changes, and but yeah, I'm gonna get myself in the best position possible for the start line on Sunday. And this video is all to do with all the other things preparation wise that I take into consideration aside from the training. So today is 2 days before the event. Today's a rest day. On a rest day I typically try and get in about 15,000 to 20,000 steps, just to keep ticking over, keep my metabolism ticking over. But yeah, considering the heat that's to come, I need to be drinking lots of water in the next few days. So just about to arrive back at home. Gonna get some breakfast, gonna get on with my day. Got a load of work to do today, and then yeah, we'll take you through the rest of the video. Okay, this is the bike I'll be using for the race. It is a XTC Advanced 29er. I've actually not had this frame for very long at all. This is a warranty replacement frame that I got a couple of weeks ago. So yes, cool little colour, in like a grey and black, nice and stealthy, with some Fox 32 forks which I've had sprayed orange, which is pretty cool. Then we've got some Mavic Pro Carbon XA wheels, with some Hope rotors on there. We go to the drive chain. I'm actually quite old school with the drive chain. I've gone for XT 1x11. I know obviously a lot of people are going 12 speed now, but I find 11 speed is absolutely fine for me. We got RockShox Stealth dropper post in 175mm drop on there. Up the front we've got Syntace negative 22mm stem with Giant Zone bars on there, and of course got the number board at the front. Tyre wise I've gone for Racing Ralph on the front, and at the back we've got the ultra fast Schwalbe Thunderbird, both tubeless setup of course. Puncture repair wise I've got a tube just taped to the bottom of my frame here, keeping the centre of gravity pretty low. Got two bottle cages on, which will both have 500ml bottles in there, which I'll also likely refill at least once, probably twice. Just before I forget, gear ratios, we've got an 11:42 SRAM cassette on there.
It's not personal, son. It's strictly business.
General protocol for a pre-race ride for me is at least 15 minutes easy to start, and then I do like two efforts around threshold. Those efforts are about 5 minutes long. I do 2 of those just around threshold or just over, basically just to get the heart rate up, with good recovery in between them. Then I have a bit of easy pedaling, and then I finish off with about 5 20 or 30 second surges with good recovery between them, where I'm going about 95% of max, just to really get get the legs firing, feel much better for those. And then now I'm just going to finish off with 10-15 minutes easy pedaling, spin the legs out. When I get back from this ride, it'll be about 4 o'clock, and I will make sure that I get some easily digestible fast carbohydrates in the system. So I'll make myself a shake with about 50 to 60 grams of carbohydrates in and about 20 grams of protein. I'll have that, and then about 2 hours after, so about 6 o'clock, 6:30, I'll have my normal evening meal. My evening meal will be, again, high in carbohydrate, low in kind of slow digesting proteins. So I wouldn't have something like red meat the night before a race. So tonight's evening meal is basically some risotto with chicken and some vegetables. Consume that, do a last bit of bike prep and kit prep, and then just relax, ready for tomorrow morning because it's an early start. Good morning. It's the morning of the event. It's currently 5:30, and always make sure that I've got time the morning of the event just to sit down and have a little think. Pre-race briefing that I give myself, making sure that I've remembered everything and everything's packed. I go over my timing protocol. Yeah, just make sure there's nothing I've forgotten, basically. Also going over kind of a bit of a strategy and what I'd expect, kind of visualizing certain things, both positive and negative outcomes. So if this went wrong, that was a negative outcome, how could I try and resolve that? But yeah, just try and get my head in a good place while I'm just sat with a coffee. And it's a glorious morning this morning, so what better way to do that than sit on my garden? One little side tip that I'll mention, which I've said before in one of my other videos, is just writing out a real simple timeline or timestamps with certain things you have to do, like the main things in the day that have to happen. So basically working back from race time. So I know my race time is 9 o'clock. So I know I want to arrive at about 7:45, 8 o'clock. So then, therefore, what time do I need to set off? And once I've worked out what time I need to set off, what time do I need to get up in order to give myself enough time to make sure that I've got time to get ready. I also write in the timing protocol of when I want to eat. So I make sure I've got enough time to let my breakfast digest and settle before my race and things like that. If I'm having a specific dose of caffeine, what time should I have that caffeine? I mean, you can be as precise as you like, but as long as those main key points are in there, such as get up time, set off time, start warm up time, and things like that, then you're kind of keeping on track, I guess. So I'm just going to finish my coffee. Going to pack up the last little bits. I've got my cool box all prepped with loads of drinks, and once I've got all that in the van, I'll set off. I'm walking Duke on the way, and I'm going to drop him off at my parents' house before I get to the race. So I've got a bit of time just to stretch the legs out on a walk, and yeah, I'll have my breakfast about 2 hours before the race, which is 80 grams of Rice Krispies with a vegan protein shake poured over the top. Gives me a load of carbs, real light on the stomach, but also a decent hit of about 25 grams of protein as well. So yeah, it sits well with me, and there's no need to have like a complex meal on race day. I've also got a backup cinnamon raisin bagel if I get hungry just before the race. I can have that like half an hour before, but that's just based on feel, depending on how hungry I get. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on. Bah, chuffing heck, look at North Yorkshire. Bloody grand. Beautiful part of the world. Awesome views over Malton and whatnot. We're roughly 10 minutes away from the event. That was, quite honestly, the toughest race I've done in a long time. I went out on the first lap at a similar kind of intensity, similar pace to what I would have done if I was still the same fitness. So naturally just suffered for the second lap. One of my bottles jumped out on the first lap, so I was dehydrated for a lot of it, basically out of fluid. I didn't notice it fall out, so I couldn't go back and get it. Yeah, I was forever chasing my hydration, but I don't know what position I got. But safe to say I'm pretty disappointed. Yeah. Morning. So the morning after the event, and time for a bit of post-race analysis, I guess.